So look, where are we? So this is the morning after. What I've got a short somewhere, and I've got to adjust the bracket, and I've got to replace a bulb. I've got a short in that grey wire, the grey power wire, somewhere along the lines. So all this has got to come off basically, just to see if I can find the issue. I've got to get all this old stuff off, old yuck off. I've got to get the back of this bracket off. I've got to adjust the bracket. I reckon if I can straighten these kind of legs, you know, it would sit a lot better, and I could use these mounting points here, and it would sit a lot lower. And I was going to space them out. I would sit lower and closer to the ignition key. I reckon I could space, if these were kind of flat, I could space them out, and then it would sit lower and look a bit better. I don't really want to go making a new bracket today. It's too much today. I just want to get it working first, and then I can see what's going on. Got to get all this old stuff off. A pair of scissors would help me, gently with a pair of scissors. Got smaller scissors than that. Don't want to split any wires if I can help it. So it's that grey wire that's giving me problems. I just want to see if there's a split somewhere. It's quite easy to separate these clocks out, but that's good to know in the future. If I do want to make my own bracket, which I think I will. But I quite like the idea that I've got it all in a compact, and kind of almost, it's like a factory, it is a factory. So there's a split wire, there we go. There we have it, that's the grey wire, that's why it's not working. So we'll get the soldering iron involved. Is that a shared? Yeah, because that grey wire is shared. That is the usual with Bandits, I've noticed that. That if there's a common wire, like there's loads of common wires, I'll show you in a second to get this back a bit. When there's a lot of common wires going into one, it seems to be a weak point for them. See, there's a lot of common wires there, all power wires from the dash lights, and it's just failed. So I've got to get the soldering iron involved here. Get this out of the way. I'll put that over the other side actually. Well, at least it's kind of found the issue, hasn't it? So, which is half the battle. Get them out of the way. Get my toolkit over here and get my soldering iron sorted out. Get that plugged in, get it heating up. So I can get on with it. Well, I'm glad I was able to find that. So look, everything's really cold. And it was too cold to do any more last night. I was absolutely frozen. Get that out of the way. I'm going to put this other light on actually, because it's far brighter. There we go. Gives me plenty of light to work with. What am I needing? Right, I want my fan. I need the cleaner. I need the soldering. Is that on? Yep, soldering iron's on. I want my fan for the, I'm not that I'm doing a lot of soldering, but I just like to have the fan. The extractor makes me feel a bit better. Makes me feel safer. It's quite a confined little space, this. Right, I've got that sorted out with that. Let's get these wires prepared. What have I got here? Right. This usually just goes into a bit of metal. Ouch. Right. I actually need to move that wire. Let's find my tool. Where is my little stabby tool? I just chucked it all in one little box last night because I was so tired. That's it there. So pop that out. That's it. That's actually supposed to go on the blue red on the Triumph is the dash lights, is the clock lights, and blue red. It's probably easier to work with it. Right, what we need is that. Need some decent masking tape. We need some, what is it, this stuff here, I think it'll be too thick though. This, it's heat shrink, but it's got glue in the centre of it. It's very good for this kind of job. But I've got a feeling that on its own might be too big, so I'm going to need two bits. I'm going to need a little bit of this, and I'm also going to need some of the thinner stuff. And where is that? Where did I put that? I tidied it away somewhere. I don't think it's there. Left it down there. So look. What's that? What's this I've got in here? Don't know. Bear with me a second. I have it somewhere. It's just a bit of heat shrink, but it's a small, very small diameter heat shrink. Where are you? Just at the back there. I usually just keep them in their little envelopes, so there it is. Oh, there we go. Bandit. That's the stuff there. I just keep them in their envelope now, just so I know where it is. Right, so I need a wee bit of that. This it just bulks it out so I can get the big stuff on it. It was in the electrical department where it should have been. Right, let's get this off. Probably better just stripping all that out. Let's have a look. See if I can get it off with a pair of pliers. Yeah, I'm going to have to strip it all anyway. Right, just strip them all. Mustn't forget to put the heat shrink on. That's too big, that's it. You need quite a lot of wire when you're joining wires. Just strip quite far back, I think. That's probably not back far enough, but let's see. So, this has happened to me before on a Suzuki. When I had my Bandit 1200, this is exactly the thing that happened on my, and it was the dash lights as well. Was it, or was it the tackle? It might have been the tackle wire. No, it wasn't the tackle because mine was a. Yeah, I think it was a tackle actually. Then we get this side. Strip that off. That's it. And we need a bit of heat shrink. I'm getting the 2 bits because I want to bulk the other side out. I want to bulk this side out, so this will. I mean, I've got the stuff that goes down to 4. It reduces by 4, I think it is anyway, or 3 at least. I think it's 3 at least. You pop that on there, and then just mechanically join this round. Just twirl it round. Make sure there's no high spots, and then what I like to do is kind of weigh it down, and then weigh this side down. Oh. You want a good mechanical join first, because if the actual solder fails, at least you've got some sort of chance, haven't you? And if you've got these that take away the stress of tugging, well, that's come off. I'll probably go over the top of that. That's not so bad. Right. So we'll pop a bit of weight on there just to keep it all from moving. Let's have a look at the soldering irons like. What kind of, it's dirty, is it dirty? It's not too bad. I'll give it a wee clean anyway. Right, load it. It's not wanting to wick into those wires. So look at that, I'm not pleased with that. Oops. I'm not pleased with that solder at all. It's possibly because the wires are dirty. Try again. The wires are very dirty, so it would have been better to clean it all. We'll see how we get on at that. I do think those wires needed a clean though. Right, see how we're doing at that. Turn them all both off, get that out of the way. Let's have a look at this now. Yeah, I'm not very pleased with that solder, but anyway, we'll see what we'll get the battery involved and see if we can get it. See if we can get the dash lights working. Right. Where's all my? I need my probes. Right, where are we? Okay, so we need. What did we say? Yeah, black, white's ground. So put a probe in black, white. Okay, and then add a negative to that probe. The negative is there. Then grab a positive wire, positive crocodile clip, other side of the battery, make sure it's on there, and then touch. Yeah, I've got lights now. Can you see that? Just got lights, haven't I? Okay, so we'll disconnect that for now. Let's test. Let's change the bulb. Get that out of the way. Oh, that battery might be flat actually, I need to charge that up. It's just a testing battery, but it still works. It's not actually that old. So that actually it is working, it's just not a very good solder. But see, it's not a very good solder. I think that it'll hold perfectly. So I'm going to put that over there. That heat shrink, and then put the bigger bit of heat shrink on it. That's it. I don't think there'll be any. If there's problems with it, I know what's wrong. I think it'll be all right. Right. I'll put the big one across that one across there over the top of all of it, and that should keep it from tugging too much. It. Okay, so next thing I want to do is get the bulb out. This one has to go, this connector has to go opposite there. That's on the blue-red on the Triumph. So that sits in there like that. That one's a wee bit long now. It'll be alright. Right, I've got to change the bulb in here, and I think this whole plate has to come off. Open this door a tiny bit. Put the extractor fan on. These have to come out, these two screws. Ooh. Yeah, those common wires on the Bandits are always suspect. There's a common wire there as well. quite a few going into that. That's all the grounds. Alright, you don't need to take the clocks off, these off, I'll just tighten them back up. Mind you, that's going to have to come off to get the, I may as well just take them off. I want to get the, I want to straighten this bracket out, maybe even hack it a little bit. If I have to, I might not need to. So that's that separated. Right, I've got a bulb away. Which bulb is it? Oh, yuck. There's a spider in there. It's the high beam bulb. This one. Which is that one. I think they just pull out. They're a push fit, aren't they? If I get this one out first to make my life a bit easier. I know this one works. This is indicator bulb. Oh, I've got some of these. Oh. That's it. I do think I have some of these. I think I have some Triumph ones. I think they're just a push fit. That's it. It's a tiny little bulb though, isn't it? Yeah, it's a tiny little push fit bulb. I don't even know if that's the issue. It's that yellow wire, it might not be the bulb. Didn't feel loose. Not quite sure how to test them. Don't know if I've got any of these little ones. It's a really tight fit in there. Goodness me, it doesn't want to go back in. Is it going that way? Right, I'm going sideways, okay. Right, let's just test that first before we go any further. That's that. Run out of charge. Plug it back in. Let's just get the battery back involved. And I need the probe. Back on the probe goes back there. Goes back on the negative. And then I need a probe on the yellow wire. Yellow wire is right in the centre. This is a bit thick, this cable. That's alright. Just keep it out of the way. Let's have a look. Oh, it's working now. That's weird, isn't it? Oh well, it's working. It's working, fine. I'm happy. Right. It wasn't working before. And get it boxed back up again, I think. Back out of the way. So I think we'll finish all this soldering stuff, get them out there. This is all diagnostics equipment. I have a bit of a need down that. Get this fan out of the way anyway. Just give it some space. Out of the way, get that out of the way. Solder back in its house. Right. So we know all that's okay. You can probably tape all this up now. Tape all this up and then adjust that bracket a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll tape all this wiring loom up. I'm just wondering if there's doesn't matter. I was going to say if there's any blue reds on this big block, but there's no signal on that big block. So, although I could take the signal and no, I'll leave it. It works. So just leave it. There's my tape. I'll tape all this up, then I'll adjust the bracket. So all I've done is kind of crush it forward a bit. It's actually quite easy to bend. So I've just flattened it really and see how we get on. I can put two spacers here just to lower the whole bracket, and then put, I haven't got any decent bolts, I'll have to get some. I've got these. I have to put a big washer on that. I don't think that'll do. It will need some sort of washer. Quite a big one as well. That should fit up through there. Just find a washer for that. Got some washers here. Some little M6 washer I need. That'll do. So that'll pop up through there. It's not much bite on there actually. I'll try to put the other way. Put that other washer the other way. That should be enough bite. You don't have to go too far into that. That thread isn't very deep on the thingy. What's the thingy? Top yoke. So I need to cut this bolt down slightly. Marker pen. It's got to be cut down slightly. So I'll hack this bolt to length and then I'll go back to the bike. Right, I need an M6 hole, about 15-20mm from that edge. Let's have a look. Where are we? It's just not going to fit. There's a big thinking thing on the just above the ignition. Sorry, my brain's not working today. It's so cold out there, it's unreal. I don't think it's even above zero now. At midday. I'd be glad to get in and get a cup of coffee, I tell you. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go so let's have a think. I mean, I did it by eye. Let's have a look, see. So what's 15mm? 15 mil. Oh right, okay, that's quite a lot actually. It was only needs to be about there, so let's try 10 mil. Let's try 10 mil. Yeah, put a hole there. That's perfect, that is. So if we get off the edge there, 10 mil off the edge, put a little line. Oh, little line there. And then we'll just measure it. And then I just need that in the centre. Actually, it needs to be that apart. So that's 95. So it needs to be 95. Oh right, I've got to check that actually. Ah, so 95. So the centre will be there. And then from there to there is there, on the edge of that. Right on the edge of that. Oh. Right, punch a couple of holes. Goodness me, it's working today. Maybe it likes the cold. I know one thing, I'm looking forward to a coffee. Right, and I need, what did I say? I needed an M6 6mm bolt thingy. What size is that? I could make that a little bit bigger actually. Give me some wiggle room. What size is that? That's 7mm. I'll make it 7mm, so I'm not struggling. Right. Oh, it's cold. Look at it. I'm all frozen up. I was out there 10 seconds. Okay, now I need to also buy myself a speedo cable because I've only got the Daytona one and it's too short, so I need to buy a cable. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, wow. Right, the toolkit's not here, and the drill is in the drill press, which is bolted. But fortunately I have spares. There we go. That's no problem. Oh, that's it. I'll probably keep that with the spanner with it. Right. Plug in the drill. Right, probably better putting this in the vise actually. Might be a better idea to put it in the vise. Oh, that's it. See how we can do that without damaging anything. Let's get you over at the vise a little bit. That's it. A wee bit of an angle, but So where's the hole? That's it there. Let's see if I'll get through this. It's only a bit of steel in it. See if I'll get through this without having to. Where's my mark? There it is. Deburr that hole. Right, get a cloth. Hopefully that's okay now. Right. Back to the bike. Let's Let's have a look at what's going on now. Just give that a wee clean off. Let's see if it's okay. Let's see if we can get this fitted on. Right. Okay, I think that's good enough. I've got a little post down there just to space it out. I can set the clocks a little bit lower and everything works. I'll just start the bike up. Oh, it is working now. Oh, it wasn't working before. Oh, it's working now. I turn the lights off, it goes off. Right, all I need now is, where are we? A speedo cable. The Daytona is too short, so we need a speed triple one. And these wee bits here I've used for cable tidies. Those wee flanges. Just hope it's clearing that. Yeah, it's rubbing on that a little bit to bend it down. See, it's rubbing. I need to get a pair of pliers and bend that down slightly. To the side. And the other side's clearing. Yeah, bend it down enough. So, just go get a pair of pliers, bend that down, that wee tab, and what else do I need? Speedo cable, that's it. Well, hopefully this works out a bit better and we get some petrol.